Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back for another episode of the Talos Principle. Computers, man. Computers, man. That's all I gotta say. We had another one of those endings last time where it just crashed and locked up. Now I'll say I worked on it. I'll say I installed a new video driver. I'll say I tried different things. But I've tried so many different things and nothing's fixed it. So, the only thing I have left to do is just call it a night and go to bed, regardless of what time it is, every time it locks up. I reset my computer. I don't even know what to fix, is the worst part. We were in the middle of getting the gold star. Over here. It saved the... Fortunately, it saved the... pieces, but did not save the positions of things like this. That half of this gold star puzzle. And the gate's down even. Like that would really help. The only way the gate would help is if I target this guy. Maybe if I still had the keys. Nope. So unless I can target this guy from over here, I can't. Good. Didn't want this new series to be, I wasn't expecting it to be a complete resounding success or anything like that, that no hitches would come off. But I also wasn't expecting it to potentially be just the confirmation that I'm not equipped to play new games, newer games, fancier games. I didn't think my hardware was that old. The view from here is beautiful. It seems superfluous to the process, yet I'm drawn to it. I did happen to notice I get an achievement. I got an achievement for reading a bunch of these. There has to be some way to escape, to be someone else. I refuse to accept the reality has been defined by someone else. I deserve my own reality. That's weird. Gold star. I'm glad there's nothing more to this puzzle because that would have been a little annoying. So I guess we're back on track at this point. sure it's my video card. That's the worst problem. Worst problem with fixing computer problems is when you just aren't ever going to get a solid confirmation what the problem was. It'll just magically fix itself one day, and you won't know if it... I mean, I don't know if this was the CPU or a GPU issue. What? It says use. Ow. See, right trigger. Okay, this must be part of the new... Oh, I'm trying the right trigger and nothing's happening. And you have to be looking at it. Well, that's interesting. Hopefully one of these puzzles will explain to me what that thing is. Let's get back to puzzling. Below back. We technically haven't asked for any help. Although technically we have asked for help. We've asked for help, we've just technically not received any help. Okay, what did that accomplish? Besides having that. Okay, let's go over here. Got a connector now. And of course, that doesn't do anything useful. Of course, I could jam this if I could get a red light signal. Right, so. See no reason why I couldn't jam a fan. There we go. That right there. I can jam a machine. The gears of the fan. How would that ever be used in the puzzle? Would be a good, interesting question. Fan over here. There's obviously more to this puzzle. Let's place this right here. Put it nice and low below this part. Planning ahead. Okay. Oh, I left that over there. got that figured out. It's just a matter of how. There's a window here. If I could get more, if I could get to another connector. Close to being set if I can just get another connector. Does that help anything? This'll work. So, I think I've got this puzzle done. Oh, I can't. Go get the block. Block fan, it's all the same. There you go, you can have them both. Just invented the helicopter. Good. So this should open this door for me. Good enough for me. Wow, that really feels like there was gonna be more to it. There is a star somewhere. Sometimes it feels like they're just adding elements. Now, having a little bit more extra elements to confuse you. Instead of giving you exactly what you need and only exactly what you need, now they're giving you what you need plus a few more other things. Oh, you want to talk? Oh, you've come back to keep me company. Okay, humor me a little while. Hypothetical. Imagine that a few hours from now, you climb to the top of the tower, there's a flashing of light. Then magic happens. Then you find yourself in the real world living whatever you take for a normal life there. What would you then do? What's best for me? You know, I think that right there was the very last time your transient beliefs are going to take me by surprise. Let's kill this one. So suppose you get out there with all the human beings. What are you going to do? What you're going to do is rinse them for all they've got without a care to the soul. Suppose you get out there with all the human, what you're going to do is rinse them for all they've got. Rinse them for all they got. That's interesting. I'd only do what's best for me within a moral framework, sure. So you do have scruples, some scruples after us. So tell me, this obligation you feel, is it only applicable to the real world, or does it apply here? guess they're universal. What a magnanimous dictator you would make. You know, that's not the first time I've heard that. Of course, I'm sure it would take a dictator to enforce a single moral code on the entire universe. So come on then. What's your magic formula of choice? And let me warn you, this time you're going to have to choose just one. The more equals everyone share, the better. The more goodness in the world, the better. Consequences don't matter, our reasons do. You know, I saw a thing that said with none above. I see no way to explain what I believe. I'm gonna pick this one. Stranded on the old egalitarian plateau, are you? I suppose you'd best tell me exactly which good it is that everyone should have an equal share of. Happiness, liberty and rights, wealth, basic goods like food and healthcare. He's having me form a government here. Ooh, theory. Is that what this is? This is a simulation to create a new governing body? They don't need wealth. They really don't need liberty and rights. They do want happiness. But basic goods like food and healthcare. Better to overpromise all of the above. And what happens when equalizing everyone's wealth makes the rich unhappy? You can't have everything all at once. You're going to have to choose. I'll choose the basics. Suppose you arrive in your utopia and find the people to be incredibly lazy. Thus, volumes of goods available to spread around are very meager. Being a hard worker, would you not complain that you deserve a bigger share of the goods than your lazy neighbor? If you were alone, you would enjoy the full benefits of your own endowments. A lazy person is unlucky the same way as a physically disabled person. I would still be free to make the most of the goods I did receive. I'm revealing some political leanings here. Suppose you discover another planet with billions of starving people. Will you extend them the same generosity? Yes. Then it sounds to me as you better pray you don't wind up in a universe of beggars. You know, there's a shed loads of broken theories less ridiculous than the one you're chewing through. How about I give you a bit of space to consider them? Resume my library archive session? Oh, if it turns out the real world turns out to be everything you imagine, do me a favor and leave me here. So he doesn't like my theory of governance. Oh, there's only one star. Good to check.
Sometimes I think about the Middle Ages, about what it must have been like to live in the ruins of a great civilization, to know that so much has been lost. But then I remind myself that while the West sank into darkness, others picked up the pieces. That civilization always survived because the great insights of philosophy and science are not bad.
Oops. We all Amanda, but we must remember that know how many have. We all remain
to any
equal.
one culture or people. They belong to all of us. And one day they'll belong to you.
Ooh, nice big castle. You know, one thing I am really fearing is if we get all the pieces, we're gonna have to make that decision whether we go through the gates of doors of eternity or we go to the tower. And if we go through the gates of eternity, who's to say we can ever come back? It might just be the end of the game. Might just force us to try and re-record a second run of this series, perhaps to correct some mistakes I made in my previous recordings. People always try to make the argument, if you give everybody an equal share, won't people become lazy? Well, the first thing my retort to that is, people are already lazy, and then it's actually part of the system that should be built in, is that people will want to be lazy, thus things become more automated by robots, and thus less work goes around. And regardless of whether people are lazy or not, things are getting more automated. And there is less work to go around. You have either two options there. You have income inequality, rich people who own the robots, and poor people who can't find jobs. Or you have a forced system, yes, forced, of equality. In which the rich lose some of the things they don't really need anyways, and the poor gain some of the things they actually do need. Mostly I say lazy people get therapy. Maybe mandatory therapy. Enough forced therapy sessions and you'll decide it's easier just to go do work, which in the future may be something as simple as staring at a screen for, well, wait a minute, isn't that what I'm doing, staring at a screen for a few hours? Oops. If I could get over here, I could... Alright, I got it. There we go. Gonna have to shoot really high in the sky to hit all these things. I don't think it's going to on the first try, but we'll see how many of the things this does reach. That's what I thought. Another one of these. But to further expand on how laziness should be part of a system is that if everybody takes into account that everybody, or a vast majority of people are lazy and don't want to work, we won't embark on ridiculous projects that are not really worth the effort. Projects such as wars, or building giant mausoleums. Or pyramids. Which, I mean, I sang its praises. Pyramid is a great architectural creation, but it was built on the back of thousands and thousands of people. Many people believe were slaves. Some people believe were actually not slaves. It's probably a little bit of both, if I were to guess. Oh, I just don't think I'm ready. I need to go get another box. Let's see. Put this down. Yep, democracy through laziness. Tall enough? Oops. How can I stack 3 blocks? That's what I need to do. Oh, it is tricking me. Where is it? Let's see. there's no way. So we know that's right. It's just... how does one go about this? What if I took one off, put it here, then put one here, then put one here, that bounces it up? Does that bounce it enough up to be above the laser wall? Yes, it does. So there was... that's the trick to it. So, I'm confused. We've gotten all the puzzle pieces. We've seen something very strange that we can't figure out how to use. And we've gotten all the stars. So to my knowledge, there's nothing left here on this area. But what is this thing? Let's move on. We have unlocked enough pieces for the third section, third floor of the tower. So let's do it. Let's try to have an extra long episode this time. Make up for last episode. I tell you, I really did debate about releasing these daily. I've given the thought to maybe just... I should have released them all at once. I don't see... There really isn't a lot of reason for me to make you come back every day, other than the fact that I'd like you to watch the other episodes, and the fact that if I released everything I had recorded all at once, then there might be several days before I released anything new. And so then you would get out of the habit. But most people aren't going to get in the habit to begin with. I don't know. Might as well break it up every day. You would get bored of me watching several hours in a row. Plus, anybody that wants to watch my episodes all in a row, all they have to do is wait. That's all you have to do. Yay, more Tetris. So, if I can just get this bottom part to all line up. Wow, that was particularly nice. In fact, I could have even made it a little bit nicer, put this bar on the other side. Made it all balanced out.
I look in the mirror sometimes and I see myself like some alien being. I think, who am I? Why do I have these eyes and those hands? Why do I see the colors that I see? Why do I think like I think? I did not choose to exist. I was created. Every single part of my body, every strand of my DNA is part of a story that stretches back billions of years. I exist only because of the choices and sacrifices made by so many others, but I don't know who they are. And what effect will my choices have on those who come after me? Maybe that's what it means to be human. Every species is part of the story, but we're the only ones who know that.
A little too easy. If this has all been a test, then I can expect a reckoning at the top. Yet the higher I climb, the more I doubt the decisions I've made. I see now that none of us are yet ready. The cycle exists so that we may improve ourselves, but the one who reaches the summit is not our superior, for they stand on our shoulders to reach it. Cool. Question, can I record myself? I bet I can. Osiris password. And there in the tower you shall hear the rustling in the wind of the reed fields of Osiris. You shall rejoice, but beware, for in the end your journey is not yet upon you. Thank you for installing the installing realistic elevators 1.8. New features include password locking and automatic auxiliary stair generation. See. And the scribe of Osiris wrote upon the sacred parchment that called Ionai floor 4 password 755. Only thus can you reach the blessed Aruf. Interesting. What was it? 755? So let's go to the device manager. Elevator control version 2.01. Let's see. Let's check the current operating system. Same thing. Floor 4. 755. So I suppose if you cheated, you could probably type in all these codes as soon as you got to the first one of these controllers, and get to the end of the game very quickly. Contraries. Without contraries, there is no progression. Attraction, repulsion, reason, energy, love, hate are necessary to human existence. For these contraries spring what the religions call good and evil. Good is the passive that obeys reason, evil is the action springing from energy. Athena 14. It looks like the entire story here of Athena is somewhat written here. Like, Athena Reborn, a novel. Pause it there if you want to read it. Here, I'll bring it back up. They seem to be echoing. Is that a video glitch? Or just a reflection? Alright, so we've got this gate open. But there's one more thing to do. One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6. The recording stopped as soon as I walked through here. Yep, interesting. I was testing to see if the recording would allow me to have that item. Not that I think I need this item. I have not seen a single place where a jammer would help yet. Doesn't mean there isn't one that exists. I just haven't seen one. And, you know, taking a jammer to the boss fight might be pretty smart. Elohim has offered me a deal. We've already read that one. Let's go see 4. Would the auxiliary stairs, you think, just show up here instead? If the elevator broke? If I could figure some way to send the elevator to a section that I'm not in? There we go. Even more puzzle pieces. So let's see. How could Elohim didn't even bother complaining this time? Notice that? Elohim didn't complain at all. Didn't say could not track primary subject. Let's see. Nope. Couldn't walk out. That's a pretty tall fall. The only thing I could think would be on the 3rd floor. If I could get that jam and then jam this elevator. It's technology. Every other technology has been jammable except for those shields. Jumping from one floor to the other seems like an insane thought. Doesn't look like there's an emergency hatch. Can't reach through the wall and turn this thing on. So I'd need at least another jammer, and if I had one jammer, wouldn't that be enough? Well, unless this reset. And I don't see how it would reset. And I don't see how I could record myself opening all 3 of these. I can record myself opening 2 of these in the middle. That makes sense, but I don't see how I could open a 3rd one. So I think there's more of a secret to this, if there's anything there at all to that thought. These buttons are here. Anyway, I suppose this is as good a place as any to end the episode. We've done more than enough. We've managed to end on our terms, which is always good. As always, I ask that you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every single second of the video. All of that helps me out. If you want to follow me, I am at Rydo of All on Twitter, RYDOOFALL. Have a good evening.